what's up guys? Today we're back with another video, and today we have a design project. Tomorrow I plan on going on an epic bike ride, and I need something to hold my EDC. Now I could go to the store, I could buy me a nice little pouch and everything like that, but I got the skills to create, because today we're in the creation station. So we're going to create something to hold my EDC. Two of them were inspired by things out there already, but I just wanted to make it myself because I don't want to spend $100 for them. Let me go through these designs with you guys. Let's transition. This was the first design I came up with. I don't think I'm going to go for this exact design. I'm gonna go with something that's more rectangle and has a zipper on top and a pouch on the back side as well. Next thing I'm gonna develop is this little sling bag out of stretchy like dry fit material. I'm gonna have a strap going to a buckle, and that's gonna be this design. I've seen this at Walmart. I was about to buy it, but I was like, man, might as well make it. So I'm gonna make that. All right, so here goes our materials. This is the ripstop. It's like this nice outdoor kind of material, but this is really good because it can fold up very compact and won't take up that much room. And it's very light. This is like that dry fit material that I'm gonna make that little sling bag out of. This one. So this will be the sling bag. And yeah, so let's get measuring and let's get cutting. Vámonos! Alright, so I cut out this piece of paper. It is 8 by 5. Width goes first. So it's an 8 by 5. I like this size. I think it would work really good. It folds up really compact, which is great, and should fit my phone with a lot more space. So for the final measurements, it's going to be 8.5 by 5.5 because seam allowance. I'm gonna figure out what I want to do for the second pocket because I do want 2 on it, and then I'll let you guys know what I come up with. All right, so for the second pocket, I think I'm gonna have it come down to about right here. It's probably gonna come down an inch from the top. Yeah, so we're gonna mark an inch right here. Then we're gonna go to the other side, mark another inch. Let's go make a little line so that way we know. And you know, I always like making my own patterns for some reason. Put a little zigzag on it so I can tell myself that's a zipper. So the zipper, we're gonna have to make a different compartment. So we gotta get the measurements for that one as well. So that's gonna be a 4. It's gonna be 4 by 8. Let's go ahead and write down these dimensions so that we don't forget. We can do a little quick sketch over here of the pouch, like a rough little sketch. So essentially, this is the pouch. It's gonna be like a rectangle, super simple. I have to make it so where the back compartment is able to stretch out. So the back is going to stretch out. This is going to be the profile. So this section is going to be able to expand. And the front zipper pocket is going to be in the front right here. We have the main compartment right here. And then we have the side zipper pouch in the front. This is going to be where we connect it. It's going to be the D-ring right there, and it's going to connect like that. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and write down the dimensions. So the width is going to be 8.5 because we're adding on that 0.5. I guess it'll be the height of it. It's going to be 5.5. And the front compartment is going to be, 8.5 by 4.5. Cool, cool, cool. Now, the zipper that I got is 9 inches. So that'll be good. That's going to fit really good. I think I have another zipper for the front pocket. But if not, I'll use magnets as well. All right, I think we are ready to start cutting out the fabric. So I got 1 yard of this ripstop. Another thing I have to decide is if I'm going to make it a 2-layer thick one, or is it just going to be 1 layer? But I think I'm gonna make the main pocket 2-layered, just so I have that extra durability, and then I'm gonna make the outside pocket, that one's gonna be 1 layer thick. And then I also have some other ripstop colors that I could probably mix this up with. So let's check it out and let's see if those are to the right dimensions so I can use them. Let's see if I carry it in here. This is where I keep my extra fabrics. Oh, it's gonna make a mess. Looks like we have orange and yellow. which color looks better? Let's go with the orange. So we need it to be at least 5.5. Oh yeah, we're good. All right, let's get to cutting this stuff out. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna mark a corner. I can't trust that this is exactly straight this side, so I'm gonna go in a little bit. And since this ripstop has little squares in it, I'm gonna try to line it up with the square and then make my mark. Got some chalk. I'm gonna use it to line, make my mark. And then what we have right here, we have a true corner. So we know that this is 90 degrees. I just 3D printed me out this triangle device. Not sure what they're called. It allows me to find a straight edge or make my own straight edge. So very, very handy. This bottom, as we remembered, is 8.5. So we're going to line the roller up with this line right here that we marked with chalk, and it should be straight. We put the 8.5 on this corner, and then we take the chalk, we're going to measure from the 0, drag it over. All right, there we go. It moved a little bit. So what I like to do so it doesn't move, I like to take my pots from my pottery collection and hold it down as a weight. And I also have like this glass octopus I use, and that holds it in place so it doesn't slide around. Next we're going to do the same with this line up here. We have to measure out to 5.5. Do the same thing, put the 5.5 right here on this corner. Make sure it's in line with the line we made with the chalk. And then we're going to mark it coming from the 0 going in. Now these lines should be 8.5 by 5.5. Next, we're going to take the same triangle tool and we're going to put it right on the top, making sure all the edges line up, so that way we're always trying to be as straight as possible. Cool. Made the line. We know that this line is straight. Another way you can also double check is just to come from the center, exactly straight up and down, measure it. We're hitting 5.5. That's perfect. Actually, we don't need that. We're going to put the 8.5 on the top, and we're going to do the same thing that we did on the bottom. Cool. So now that measures 8.5 up top. Now all we gotta do, and we're going to mark that line right there. Now what we're going to do is measure, double check this edge, make sure it's 5.5. A little bit more than 5.5, but that's okay. It's probably just like a 2 millimeters more. Okay, now we're gonna cut it out. Now I got this ruler in college, got it for free, and it's meant for cutting. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna line it up with the edge, the outside edge of that chalk. You can use scissors or you can use this cutting roller. We're going ahead and make the cut. Watch where it splits. It splits on the outside of that chalk, right? Perfect. Cool. Now we're gonna come down here. Now it may move, so I'm gonna put some more weight down right there, and then we'll make the cut. Now I don't want to overcut too much because I may want to use this fabric for something else. I want to save as much material as possible. Okay, so we made that cut right there. Excellent. Awesome. Perfect. So now we have our first panel. So what we gotta do is cut this out again. Makes it a little bit easier if we do it this way. We can take the same pattern that we just did and then come up top, clip it in. I have these little clips. Now when you're working with fabric that you want to be like kind of water resistant, like this kind of is, you want to use clips so that way you're not piercing it. All right, so now I'm gonna have to use one we can move around. I'm gonna use this. Right here we have my Cowigo Sport. This is what I use to do my drawings and stuff like that. Now we're gonna line up the ruler with the edge of this fabric because we don't want to cut into the fabric because our dimensions will get all messed up. So, and it's also best to do this on a rigid surface because I'm doing this on one of those plastic tables and got some give to it. I'm gonna go very slow so that way it doesn't skip over into my panel. All right, look at that. That's excellent. Excellent. All right, don't play with it too much or you're going to start fraying up the sides. It'll start looking like this. So I want the inside to be a light fabric because most of my EDC items is stuff that's very black, you know, you can't see none of it. So when the inside is light, you can go reach for something and there's no confusion because it's easier to see than having black on black. Alright, so I got all my main panels cut out. Now I'm going to cut out the front pocket. So that one is, I believe, what is it, 4.5 by 8.5. And that will not need the orange. So you see that there's these little cut marks right here where we made that cut. We don't want to include that in our stuff. So we're gonna come up a little bit. So I think I got most of the panels cut out. I'm not going to put a zipper in the front pocket. I am going to put like an overlaying fabric. So that's what I'm going to do for the front pocket, just because I don't have another zipper. So you got to be inventive. I'm going to go around, sew all the edges using, I'm going to be using this one right here. So what that does, it sews a line and then skips out and then comes back in. So that way, whenever the fibers start raising up, it will stop at that point that comes out and goes back in. So it's going to do that throughout the whole sewing process, all the way down this seam, and it should prevent fraying from happening. Then what I'm going to do to sew the panels together, I'm going to come in with a regular stitch and I'm going to go all the way down it. So that way it'll be double stitched up, but the first step is to keep it from fraying, and the second stitch will be used to attach the panels together. I think for this project I don't really need heavy duty yarn, so I'm going to use like the standard stuff that you can get from anywhere. Before we start sewing, I'm going to do some test samples. All right, here goes the sample. All right, let's go ahead and see how this came out. So we're looking for this side to look the same as the back. I would say that the back looks kind of funky. We need to make some adjustments to the tension. Let's see. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go with tension 9 for this. All right, we're ready to start sewing. All right guys, this is how far we are at. Almost finished, just gotta put the zipper on. Oh, I got it right here, cool. And then this is the front pocket I was talking about, so it's gonna go in, and then it's gonna be a little pouch. Anyways, super easy to access that pocket. Taking a little bit longer than I expected because I've been watching YouTube at the same time, been distracted. All right, so we're coming pretty close on the end. Here goes that front pocket. It's gonna be like a little flap right there. Yeah, it's looking nice. Looking actually really good, and it feels good because of the double layers. But yeah, man, I like it. I like it a lot. So now, all we gotta do is sew up the other side, clean up some of the edges, make sure everything looks good, and we will have a cheap product, but something that's fancy. All right guys, here it goes. Took a little bit longer than I expected. Probably took about, I'll say 3 hours. All right, let's give you a little run through. So this is the front pouch. What you can do, put something in it and it closes up kind of. I think I may add like a magnet right there so that way it closes up for real. You got little tassels right here so you can hang it on a strap, and main pocket opens up. Very nice. Check it out, check it out. The main thing I like about this is you can just literally fold it up and the footprint becomes super compact. Could put that in my pocket. And this is the expanding mode. I could have made it expand a little bit more, but it's fine. It should be fine as it is. Let's go ahead and throw some stuff in it and see how it looks when it's all stuffed up. Yeah, there we go. Make it stand up because of the bottom. Yeah, very nice, very cool. Came out excellent. Saved me $70. Now I am going to go to bed, wake up early tomorrow morning, and we'll get started on the next one. All right, today's a new day. We got the first pouch done. Now we have to work on the sling pouch, like that small dry fit material one. All right, so here's the fabric we have. It's that stretchy material. For this one, I don't really know exactly what I'm aiming for. All right, first things first, I'm just gonna make a square. Not a square, but a corner. So since this fabric stretches and I'm not on a very sturdy surface, I'm going to cut it out with some scissors. And hopefully I can make it not super jagged. You kind of have to be the scissor. It's looking super thin. Yeah, this is no good. No good. Let's try again. Alright, so this is way better. This is a 10 by 9. So I just spent a while looking for a black zipper, but I couldn't find anything. Luckily, I have this navy blue one, so I'm just gonna go with this. But I really can't be spending any more time on this project because I need to get outside into the wilderness. Let's continue. Also, I'm not going to do too much explaining on this one because I don't really know what I'm doing totally. I'm just going to figure it out as I go. The blue doesn't look too bad, so what we're going to do is sew the zipper to this edge. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Sew to this edge so that we have this tube shape. Double checking, making sure everything is even. All right, we have that tube that we were going for. Check that out. I'm gonna go ahead and sew this fabric over so that kind of covers up the zipper a little bit more. Finish stitching the top where the zipper was, and this is how it's looking. So the zipper's kind of hidden, which I like that look. Looks very nice. I just sewed the edge together before I do the fold. That way when I fold it, it looks a little bit more presentable. All right, so now we got the burrito. Take the strap, put it inside the burrito, fold it over, sew it. It's gonna look like that right there. Should look pretty nice. I like the way that looks. Look how compact it looks, very slim. I just had an idea. What if I put this string like this, and then I make the strap come through that? Huh. Might as well full send it. Why not? I think I'm gonna go with blue because I like the color blue. That's how it's gonna be right there. Okay. All right. I think we did it. And that is a complete product. Let's go ahead and put something in there. Perfect. But yeah, you see how that expands on the back? And then when you take things out, it gets really compact again. Awesome. That's the second product. So we got the first, and second. It is 12:27, so we got done with that pretty quickly. I'm going to get ready and we're going to get out there, bike around, and we'll have a good time. Yes, sir.